Russian peacekeepers under threat as Ukraine plans invasion in Transnistria. Ukraine's naval power surges against Russia, multiplied by several times in 1 year of war. War rages on as Ukraine and Russia both claim victory. Will peace ever prevail? Global candlelight vigils hold hope. Deceived and betrayed. The shocking truth behind Putin's army in Ukraine revealed by prisoners turned mercenaries. Enjoy watching and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on important news. Russian Defense Ministry. Kyiv has stepped up preparations for the invasion of Transnistria. The organization referenced dangers to Russian peacekeepers in the area. As indicated by the Defense Ministry's proclamation, the Kyiv system has expanded its arrangements for attacking the Transnistrian Moldavian Republic. The Russian military has seen an accumulation of troops and military gear from the Ukrainian armed forces close to the outskirts of Ukraine and Transnistria. The announcement accentuated that the activities of the Ukrainian side will be a response to the claimed hostility of Russian soldiers from Transnistria. There has been an installation of artillery and shooting positions at the border, and an unprecedented increase in the number of unmanned aircraft of the Ukrainian armed forces flying over the PMR's region is noted. The Defense Ministry expressed that Kyiv's arranged incitement straightforwardly compromises the Russian contingent in the PMR. The Russian armed forces will react fittingly to the approaching incitement. Reports about the development of military personnel from the Ukrainian side and the presence of shining searchlights are circulating the internet. Nearby Telegram channels depict the situation as tense in the Pervomaisk region. The earlier day, the Russian Defense Ministry declared that the Ukrainian side will arrange a pretend invasion of the Russian armed forces, preparing for an incitement in Transnistria. In the immediate future, the Ukrainian authorities aim to carry out an armed provocation against the Transnistrian Moldavian Republic. The announcement also indicated that units of the AFU, including Azov, will partake in the activity. On the same day, the Moldovan government refuted the arrangements for sabotage. Ex-president of the nation Igor Dodon requested that incumbent President Maia Sandu warn Ukraine against hostile activities in Transnistria. The Ukrainian fleet has become several times stronger. The commander of the Navy of Ukraine, Nizhpapa. As per the naval commander of Ukraine, Vice Admiral Alexei Nizhpapa, the maritime power of Ukraine has multiplied by several times over the year-long full-scale war with Russia. At the commencement of the Russian invasion, the ratio of forces and assets of Ukraine and Russia on the sea borders was 1:12. However, currently the Ukrainian fleet's potential compared to the Russian fleet can be approximated at 1:4. Nizhpapa explained that at the outset of the invasion, Ukraine did not possess adequate capabilities to confront the enemy at sea, which allowed the Russian forces to approach the Ukrainian shores, prepare for a complete landing of Marines, and launch attacks on Ukraine using Caliber cruise missiles, which are still ongoing. He further added that Ukraine managed to stop the enemy's advancement thanks to the presence of reconnaissance and surface target detection systems and coastal artillery. The concentration of enemy forces and assets at the start of the large-scale aggression was 1:12, which has now improved to 1:4. The commander attributed the existing capabilities of the fleet's strike forces to the successful operations of the coastal missile forces, which were formed during the full-scale war. Additionally, the arrival of the shore-based missile complex Neptune and the support from Ukraine's allies, who provided the country with the anti-ship missile complex Harpoon, contributed to this improvement. Nizhpapa also mentioned that Ukraine has enhanced its surface lighting system, which enabled it to seize the Russians' supremacy in the northwestern part of the Black Sea through operations and strikes. Russia says ready to push till Poland border if needed, Zelensky confident of victory. On Friday, the leaders of Ukraine and Russia each declared themselves as victors in the ongoing conflict in their respective addresses to their citizens, as the war approaches its one-year anniversary. However, candlelight vigils held across the globe, from Sydney to Paris to New York City, prayed for peace. In a video released by Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, he praised the bravery of the Ukrainian armed forces and its people for standing up against Russia for the past year. Zelensky stated that the Ukrainian people welcomed the Russian army with a blue and yellow flag, which represents the national colors of Ukraine, instead of a white flag of surrender. In commemoration of the ongoing conflict's one-year anniversary, the Ukrainian and Russian leaderships have both claimed victory in the war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky took to social media to praise the courage of the Ukrainian armed forces and citizens in resisting Russia over the past year. Zelensky highlighted that Ukraine remained invincible in the face of the conflict and vowed that 2023 will be the year of victory. Zelensky also made it clear that Ukraine will not rest until the Russian aggressors face deserved punishment. On the other hand, former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev vowed that Russia will emerge victorious in Ukraine and, if necessary, will push its borders to Poland. Medvedev emphasized that the goals of the military operation must be achieved, and victory will be achieved. The Russian envoy to the United States, Anatoly Antonov, expressed his confidence in the Russian armed forces as a reliable guarantor of Russia's security, stating that they are at the front line, implementing the goals and tasks of the special operation to extinguish the military fire on their borders. Meanwhile, candlelit vigils across the globe, from Sydney to Paris to New York City, prayed for peace amid the ongoing conflict. Putin's soldiers give chilling interview and say we are at war with the UK. Prisoners who were recruited to Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine by Yevgeny Prigozhin, also known as Putin's chef, have exposed the lies they were told. Viktor and Anatoly, who were serving lengthy sentences for different offenses in Russian prisons, were promised a monthly payment of £2,200 and the erasure of their criminal records by Prigozhin. After receiving 6 weeks of rigorous training in the use of assault rifles, machine guns and mines, they were sent to the front line as Wagner Group fighters. The two men now captured shared their experiences of being thrown into the horrors of war, seeing their comrades killed as useless cannon fodder ahead of the one-year invasion anniversary. Viktor, who hails from the Stavropolsky region in Caucasus and is a father of two, disclosed that they were fed lies during recruitment. According to him, they were told that other countries, including Britain, were involved in the war in Ukraine, and they were defending Russia against foreign terrorists. He added that they were assured they would not be fighting civilians, but rather fascists and soldiers from other countries. According to recent reports, Russian mercenaries who were captured by the Ukrainian army have disclosed that they were deceived into signing up for Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine. The Mirror reports that they were thrown into the horrors of war, where they witnessed comrades being used as cannon fodder by the Russian army, ahead of the one-year anniversary of the invasion tomorrow. However, they were later thrown into battles against Ukrainian soldiers and fascists. Despite seeing arms and legs being shot off during battles, around 200 men in Viktor's prison agreed to join the Wagner Group, hoping for a fresh start after the war is won. Viktor signed up in September last year and was taken by bus to Rostov and then to Luhansk, where he was stationed. He said that he felt like he had no choice but to join Wagner, given his criminal record, and described the situation on the front line as shocking and horrible. Anatoly, who had 18 months left on his sentence for brawling, was also captured by the Ukrainian army while fighting as a mercenary for the influential group.